All right, so I thought I'd get on and just take you through a couple of the places that you can find the resources and kind of show you how to get onto them. So again, you'll have to bear with me because I'm trying to go in different ways. And my computer tends to be signed into my accounts. So I may have to log in and log back out again. So just be patient, but I want to make sure that we go through these this week so that when next week comes around, you guys are all aware of how to sign into each of them. The first one I'm going to show you is the Stewartsville webpage. And I just go up into here and type in, oh, actually I can do the little home button, but you don't want to do that. I just type in Stewartsville. I don't know if I typed that right because I'm typing and looking. So you just want to pull up Stewartsville right here. And it should come up. Stewartsville Elementary School. So the page will be, if it's working, oh, that page right there. And what you'll do is you'll go under staff, go down to directory and click on that. And then it will bring up all of the staff in the school. So you will scroll down to Miss Lyle, Miss Price, and Mrs. Alcorn and click on that one. And here is my page. On this very first page, all you're gonna find is how to sign into Google Classroom with the classroom code. That's there for you, and just a little hello to me. I was trying to update that every day, but now that we have all these other resources that we're trying to provide for you, it's a little bit tougher for me to get to that every single day. Okay, so next week, starting April 6th, if you come to this page right here, let me take you back through one more time. You're going to get to the Stewartsville homepage. It looks like this right here. You're going to go down to, you're going to go over to staff, down to directory, click on that, and then go down to when you see Mrs. Alcorn's name right there. You're going to click on Mrs. Alcorn and it will bring up this page. Right there, it has my contact, my email, our Facebook page name, and my phone number. Now, again, that page, if you go down a little bit, will have how to sign into Google Classroom. So if you want to, starting April 6th, next week, get to the instruction and classwork from this page. You're not going to have to sign into Google Classroom, and you won't have to sign into Clever. So this is another option. You're going to go to this page. Right now it doesn't have anything underneath it, but what it will look like is this page right here. It will have all of these options for you. You can see where Miss Price has done science, and I've put math on there for you. Any of those blue links right here, you can click on, and it will bring you up the information that we want you to work on. So for example, I want you to watch the instructional video on temperature first. So if you click on that, it will bring you to YouTube where you can watch that video. And again, let me get back to my page. That is going to be, if I go back to the home page, over here in the right hand corner where you could search as well, you'll just push that down arrow and click on instruction classwork. That's where you're going to be able to find that resource starting April 6th. And again, you wouldn't have to sign into Google Classroom or Clever for that. You will just have to go to that classwork / instructional page. So that is accessing the resources through our classroom page, through the Stewartsville page. The next option that you're going to have, and this is where I'm going to have to kind of sign out, is going into, let me see where I can sign out here. That's not it. Let me show you Clever first. Let me see if it's still signed in. All right, so what you all are going to do is have an empty search bar, and you're going to type in clever.com. And it will bring you to this page right here with the two kitties on the front. You guys are going to log in as a student. I'm going to log in as a teacher. Well, if I log in as a student, it brings me to the same thing. So again, the directions for Clever are on that website that I showed you as well, the teacher website. You would just go to the little tab that says directions for Clever. The kids are going to need to sign into Clever using their Google accounts. So you would push login with Google. And then they'd have to enter their account. So that's how you would do that. And I can't get to, so their page would kind of look like this when they first signed in. To get to IXL, IXL should be somewhere down in here. Without clicking any of these other home pages, IXL should be down in here somewhere. Well, it's right on mine, it's right down here. Yours might be down further. So I really wish I could show you how to sign in to Clever using an email. Let me see if I can figure this out. Just give me, we're gonna go back to Stewartsville. Stewart's. There's the home page. We're gonna go back to, no, we're gonna go to directory and down to Mrs. Elkhorn, and we'll pull that up. Right here it says Clever. Okay, again, this is my home page. If you go over to where it says home, here's the Clever login info. We just click on that. And it even has the link for you to click on right there. So when you get to this page and click there, it'll bring up the other, let's see if it's probably just gonna keep signing me in, so we won't click on that again. All right, so down here it tells you how to log in using their, now all the kids were assigned a Google Classroom or a Google account, email account. They don't actually have the email portion of it, but they can sign into Google using these email accounts. We gave you an example. The 2030 right here is the year they're gonna graduate high school. And then it's their first initial, their middle initial, and their entire last name. And then it's at bedford.k12.va.us. Once you log into Clever once, it should save all of this into there. That's why a lot of the kids don't know their really long email, is because they don't usually have to enter this in. The only part that they usually have to enter in is their lunch, not their lunch number, their password. And that's pretty simple too once you get to know it. It is their first initial, middle initial, and their last initial, and that's for SpongeBob SquarePants. So that would be SBS, and then their lunch number right after that. So it would ask for their email, and again, that's 2030, their first initial, middle initial, and then their last name at bedford.k12.va.us. Super long, hard to remember. I understand that totally. And then again, their password is SBS, SpongeBob SquarePants, and then their lunch number. And if you have any questions, or if you would like for me to send you their email addresses, which you can all ask me to do that, that's absolutely fine. I might actually get through Messenger and send you guys those passwords if that's something that you're looking into. Clever, once you get into it, I'll show you again, has the resources that we're using in the classroom as well. So once they get into Clever and they sign in, with their username and password. IXL is the only one I think that we're using that's on that initial page when they sign in. Everything else is either going to be, well, you can get to Google Classroom through here too. Everything else that they're going to be using will go through, unless they're going into, well, I don't have Miss Kells, but they will have Miss Kells. And if they want to do coding activities, they can go in through Miss Kells' page. But for everything that we're going to be working on curriculum-wise, you're going to go into Miss Alcorn, and then it's broken down by subject. So there's your science links. Everything that was on that other document that I showed you is right here. So there you have your science link, you have what we've started with reading, you have the activities that I put underneath money already, and then if you go down even further, you have the temperature. Underneath that is anything that we've done in the past, and you can keep going into that to review past skills if that's something that you're looking into. So that's Clever. And again, what's going to be important to remember here is that Miss Kells will have a page over here, and if it's anything curriculum required, unless it's IXL, you're going to have to click on my page before they can find anything. And again, if you have any questions with that, please let me know. I'm trying to figure out now how I can get into Google Classroom. When you type in Classroom Google, and it might just sign me back into mine, but it might bring me to another page. Oh, okay. Your screen before you join. So right now, don't pay attention to any of these right here. Your screen before you join the group will just come up with this part right here blank. In here somewhere, you'll see like a little arrow pointing to this plus sign right now. And if you click down on that plus sign, it's going to say join class or create class. What you want to do is join the class. So you'd push join the class. And that's where this little join class is going to pop up. And that's where that code is that I gave to you on my classroom page. And then on Facebook, the code it's up there too for you to use. Just make sure that it's very specific to the letters. All the letters are lowercase, so just make sure that you're using the lowercase letters when you're typing it in. And I don't have it written down, so I will bring that up for you. So let me go back, sorry. So once you join the class, you'll see this screen right here. It says Miss Alcorn 2nd grade. So all you have to do is click on it. Now, for those of you who are looking for the code, that's your code right there. It's XKTKHUE. And again, it's very case sensitive, so it has to be all lowercase letters. And to get that code and to put it in, again, you want to click on that little plus, push join class, and that little screen will pop up for you to join a class, and then you can put that code in that I have for you. And if you're having a hard time still with that, please reach out to me either today, tomorrow, or Friday. Just another option. And again, you don't have to join the Google Classroom. The good thing with Google Classroom is it does let me know who has worked on different activities, so I can see what your kids have been doing. That's the good thing about Google Classroom. And again, that code that you need to type in is right there, XKTKHUE. So this is what will pop up once you click on the Google Classroom little box right there. It will come up to this. Where your kids want to go is to the classwork. It's going to start you off in the stream section, and that's kind of where I've decided that, hey, you can leave, if you want, you can leave a comment there. If I have something to say, I will, like Christian, he got on and said, what do I do once I get to this page? Down below, I said one more addition. Do not feel like you have to complete all this work. And again, this work is what we're recommending that you work on. We're not grading it at this time. So that's just where Stream is. Stream is just more, I can leave comments. You guys can leave comments. If you have questions, you can put comments there. There you go. So click on classwork, and then this is what will happen in classwork. Here's where the different sections will come in. This will be what science you can work on next week, starting next week. If you want to get a head start, you can go ahead and work on that. More activities will be added probably by the end of next week. This is where you're going to find all your activities, the same activities that I showed you in Clever, and the same activities that I showed you on this document that had that will be attached to this document right here. They have all the same activities in the classroom that you will see there. So you're not going to find new activities in different places. I'm just trying to give you the different choices and how you want to get in touch or find the resources. So they're in different areas for you. So let me turn that back around, sorry. And then we're in classwork. So again, anything that's underneath here is meant for temperature. And I've put them in order of how if you're going to go through this, how you should go. So go through it. The very first things right here are your instruction. This is going to be your instructional video that I showed you that goes into YouTube. This is a slideshow that I actually go through in the video. So if you want to go back through it again, just to they're kind of like notes. And then what you'll see down here is some follow-up videos that you can watch on temperature. But when you're going through these by topic, just kind of touch on everything that's there. You don't have to do, once it gets into like the activities here, you don't really need to do all of them. Just pick some of them or a few of them and practice them, even if you're practicing them different things every day. And then of course you have an introduction to money. This isn't where we're going with money. I just kind of wanted us to get started with coin identification and dollar identification and learning how to count those before we actually got into money next week. So that's your Google Classroom. And again, if you have any questions or comments or, hey, I really can't get into this, just let me know, and maybe we could set up a FaceTime meeting through the Facebook page, and I can try and walk you through it that way too. But please let me know this week, next week, at any point if you're having a hard time signing into any sort of activity that we have up for you. And that's where I'm going to leave that today. I know this is quite a long video, but maybe just do the parts that you, it's kind of like the table of contents. I should have put a table of contents before I started so that you knew what I was going to talk about before I started talking about it. Hopefully this video is helpful in finding or in signing into those different, those different resources. And again, remember, you don't have to go into every one of those. Just pick one of them and kind of go with either Google Classroom or go to Clever or go to our webpage and go to that classwork section, because I can find it confusing if I pick all different ones to go into. It might get a little confusing. So let me know how everything's going, and if you have any more questions or any problems signing in. Thank you and have a good afternoon. It was nice to see some of you today. All right, bye.